All right, so we're been challenged by Chris McCurry or Tag to do our in the bag. So right now I've kind of got a different setup than what I typically play just because of winter months and cold temps. Want a little more gummy disc, a little more grip. So that's what I've kind of switched to. Maybe we'll do another one of these as spring gets closer and we get those warmer temperatures. But we'll start at the top of the bag. Carrying everything in a pound bag right now. Rufus, this is a collaboration with Trash Panda. Really like this disc, like what Jesse's doing, so I wanted to support him. Putting with some K1 Ricos, or K3 Ricos. Typically I've been K1s, but with the winter, like the extra grippiness and tackiness of these discs. Pretty just straight flyer. Don't really throw these any, just only putt. Don't want to get them banged up. I don't use those frequently. Then throwing putters, I actually have 3 that I use. This is a NV soft electron plastic. This is a replacement for one that I lost at Riney B in the creek. Trying to get this one beat in. Still has that reliable fade at the end, pretty straight, offers a little bit of turn, but Lumpy was very, very beat in, probably to the point where not a huge loss that I chucked it in a creek. Just working that one in right now, kind of as a replacement or another disc I have in that slot now for that turny putter throw. I've got this Cosmic Electron soft proxy. Really like this disc. It's starting to get some deformed flight plate, which I don't mind. It doesn't bother me. I do enjoy throwing these. You can throw them hard. They're going to flip up and turn. Just a good overall disc for my game. And then this is a newer edition. It's one I was looking for. It's a soft neutron envy. Has that over stability at the end of the flight that I like. Was looking for in a flight. Keeps the hand feel the same between the other throwing putters that I have in the bag. This one thrown hard and flat, it's going to hook up at the end. Thrown on hyzer, it's going to hold that line and fight down. Great disc to have. And then other approach disc I have, throw this one all over the place. This is the Berg X. Really use this anytime I can, whether it be forehand, backhand, kind of get out of jail shots. I'll use this as well. It's been in the bag since the release. I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. Next approach disc for me is a Champion Toro. A lot of times I'll bag 2 of these, one in Champion, one in Halo. Right now the Champion's doing well. It's got a good feel to it with the cold temps. This one is a little bit more beat in, but still reliable fade at the end that you would expect. Play a lot of skip shots low with this. Great disc to have. Moving on to mids, currently bagging 3. This is the James Conrad Detour that was released this year. Experimenting with it, has a little bit more stable flight than a uplink, which I like a lot. Throw the uplink a ton. This is just maybe a tick more stable. Trying to figure out if this will stay in the bag or if I'll go back to the uplink. But so far I'm liking it. Good pickup. Next, in terms of stability, moving up, this is a soft neutron hex from the OTB drop. Good hand feel, great for winter. It may be a little more overstable than a neutron hex, but it makes up for it with hand feel right now for the cold. With this and the Detour, don't worry too much about shot shaping. And then last, one of the longest discs I've had in the bag, the longest, is this Pyro and Prism Proton plastic. Starting to get a little beat in, but still very overstable. Use it for forehands, backhands. This thing will skip like crazy. I like playing skip shots, so this fits in the bag, this stays with me. And then moving on to fairways, currently bagging 4. Understable slot is this Glow Stig from Castoplast. This thing has a good hand feel. It's a little bit longer than the Detour and has a little more understability. I can really hyzer this thing, get it to flip up and turn. Use it a lot for shots where I don't have the power of the forehand to get to, that I still need to right finish. Overall, big fan of this. I tried the standard K1 and it was a little too turny, but this K1 Glow really fits in there. And then this is a Gummy Sea Blend Centurion from Infinite. This disc is really impressive with the hand feel for the cold. Probably need to buy a backup for these because they've been a little harder to find. But this disc just straight, it'll hold the hyzer if you put it on hyzer, thrown flat. It's going to go straight with a little bit of turn and then reliable finish. Good pickup. Then kind of another disc that I'm trying out is the Barilla T-Bird 3 from Innova. This thing is very straight with some reliable finish at the end. Really like this disc. Thrown on hyzer, it's going to hold it, and just it's a little long disc for the slot. Really like the hand feel in these tins. And then last is a Discmania FD1 in C-line plastic. This disc has been in the bag for a while. It's just that reliable, overstable slot for me. Use it frequently for forehands, kind of getting out of tight spots or backhands where there's a headwind. I can rely on this to always fade back. Okay, moving up to maybe one of my favorite spots in the bag is my Thunderbirds. This is my orange G-Star. I use this thing a ton. Got a couple on the shelf that I need to start working in case I lose this one, but good disc. Throw it a lot. Thrown hard and flat, it's gonna go straight with a late turn and then fade back. If thrown on Annie, it's gonna hold that Annie till the very end of the flight and then come back flat. And then hyzer flips through the woods. Yeah, this is one of my go-tos. And then next is a Halo Thunderbird. This thing has been in the bag for a while. It's pretty beat in, but it still offers overstability at the end of the flight. Really like this disc. Has a tremendous amount of glide for the disc. Use it with some headwinds, things like that. Not anything crazy, but great disc. And then lastly, Jeremy Colling Tour Series Halo Thunderbird. This one for the winter months it has enough overstability that it fills that slot for me where it's going to come back and go left. Don't really have to worry about it. Good hand feel right now. Moving on to distance drivers, I'm currently bagging 5. This is a Ken Climo 12-time Wraith. It's a lighter weight disc at 163. This one does turn a lot for me, but it won't roll, unless I put it on Annie and really get after it. Really digging this one as a turning disc. And then we have kind of the straight Nathan Queen Wraith Team Series Color Glow. This is a good disc, reliable, not super overstable, but just straight, just stock shot. And then the last Wraith I have is the Champion Gummy Blend. This one I picked up from Infinite. Great feel for the winter. Very, very overstable disc for me right now. I don't know how it'll beat in, but right now it's a wind fighter. Really like throwing this disc hard and flat or hard and on a hyzer. It's gonna hook up and go left. And then my last two distance drivers is this Innova Emily Beach Destroyer in the Champ Metal Flake Glow. This thing is a bomber for me. Thrown hard on a hyzer, it flips up, rides right for a long time, and then at the very end of the flight, it fades back reliably. Can't throw this in any headwind, it will roll, but this is a great disc. I really enjoy these. I've got several on the shelf for when this one either gets to the point where it's unthrowable or is lost. Can't recommend these enough. Kind of a random find that I got and went all in on. And then lastly on the distance drivers is a time lapse. This one is probably my utility. I use this a ton for high wind shots or skips, you know, not a max distance, but is reliably overstable in all conditions. And then rounding out the other bottom of the bag, or other side, this is kind of utility stuff. We've got a Rolo, great disc. I've been working on some off power shots to try to learn those a little bit better and improve my game. This thing's fun to throw, gets you out of some jams, and it's just a cool disc to have. Then I've got a Eclipse lift, got it in the gyro box, and surprisingly, you know, it's great for forehands where they're not putting a ton of power on it. 50% backhands, it's going to flip up and just ride dead straight. Great disc that I like a lot. And then this is the last kind of experimental disc I have in the bag. This is a Casta Cax in K3. This thing is overstable compared to any other Cax that I've had, but the hand feel is really good in this cold winter, so it may find a place in the bag just until spring gets around. Hope you've enjoyed this, and thank you.